Well, it was enough for 2 bridges.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, that's cheating. They
Hi,
want to hear your
everybody.
voice too, Dan.
Welcome to Maps and Chill with Jacob. And Dan's here, but not here. Hold on, guys. I'm hearing myself in the stream. There we go.
Right.
Awesome. I'm still getting it, guys. Are you?
So getting what?
I'm getting feedback. Cool.
Do you not have it muted on
I don't know. I exited everything. So here we are. Welcome to Avenue Studios, Maps and Chill with Jacob. I'm not sure what was running, but it's gone. I have everything up that I need to have up. We are here to build an awesome map. So server-wide, if you guys don't know this, we run a Kingmaker campaign for all of our patrons. It is so much fun. If you're interested, hit us up, check it out. We're having a blast, but one of our players, who happens to be the Great Mustache, he is here because he has settled some land. And so we're going to actually start building his map for his piece of property. So, pretty excited about it. But who do we have here, and how can they find you?
They can find me by just searching for the mustache.
The Mustache.
I mean, I don't really do Twitch and stuff anymore. I used to stream some games a long time ago, but you can find stuff on Open Legend.
Yeah.
You can go to openlegendrpg.com and check out all the rules are free online. So
It's a pretty cool
that's
system.
Cool.
All right,
yes,
awesome.
We gotta do some map making.
So here we are. We're using DungeonDraft. We are using Forgotten Realms assets. It's not Forgotten Realms. Oh no. Forgotten Adventures. Whew, that was close. I am not tired, I promise. But so we're going to jump right into this, building a map. Of course, you people who are watching, if you have any input or anything you want to say, let us know. And it'll be up to Great Mustache if it gets added, because this is his piece of property. Plus anything that breaks the game, I'll say no to. All right, let me just...
So I want some floating buildings.
No, that's not how that's going to work.
They just fly and hover.
Wouldn't that be nice?
All the towers fly, and they have wands of fireball.
Wands.
Yeah.
Not just
wands in the form of cannons that shoot fireballs.
Wands in the form of cannons that shoot fireballs. We could do
fireball this. level 9.
I love it. I love every ounce of it, guys. All right, let me just move some stuff around. I exited almost everything because I had feedback and it is gone. So, yay, it's gone. I don't know what that was about. All right, cool. All right, so I have a question. My first question for you. Hi, Michelle. She's in chat. Is how do you want the river to flow? We know it's roughly 80 to 100 feet. Right where the bridges are is 80 feet. It's this big, wide river. So I know according to the map, because we're going off the Kingmaker map of the stolen lands, for anybody who doesn't know, it looks like it kind of runs right at the bridge. It starts to jot
a little
east, right?
Yeah, it starts to go just a little bit. So it's kind of running north to south, but yeah, at the bridge is where it starts to curve to head east. And I get the flow starts up there, so technically the water flow is from the top.
Yes it is.
Bottom.
Correct. So do you want I'll just start getting right into it. I'll just start with one line. So we'll start it with north, but then start kind of heading it like this. Is that
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's kind of how the river's going.
Because obviously we got to widen this. This map is huge. I made it huge on purpose because I want it to be able to be expandable later on. Because I'm assuming that you're going to keep playing, and we're going to...
That's half the width that it needs to be at the maximum point, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So let's do the max here.
It's crazy to think how wide it actually is, but I mean, of course that makes sense.
It's gonna be fun to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Water does. We'll start with just making it generically sized. So let's just do 80 feet. 80 divided by 5 is what? 40? 20.
20.
I'm tired. Leave me alone. I'm just kidding.
Never do math on stream.
Nope.
I'll have to start releasing some of the bloopers of my recordings, because I was doing that when I was doing the last one on population and some of the random tables.
Yeah.
And it was something like, for every 100 population, you get 1 more SP per month. And so I was like, so that means instead of, I just paused because I was like, wait, how much is that? 1,000? Wait, am I dividing by 10 or?
That's
so
awesome.
I ended up having to re-record that one.
So easy to do. And look at, I already butchered this sucker up. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, we can reverse that. Flip it, reverse it, stick it. All right. Is there a better way to reverse though? Because we'll do it this way. We'll give it some shapes. Ooh. I'm butchering this all up.
Hey, Lynn.
Lynn Han. What's happening?
And Michelle.
Yeah, look at all these. Yeah. Michelle's always here. That's why she's awesome. All right. So we're going to start. So right now, how about you tell the viewers or the people watching what's going on at Bridgetown? What do we have there?
Yeah, so right now, Bridgetown, Vez has worked very hard to secure some labor, both by inviting some villagers from, I always forget the name of this village.
It is a name that I don't have on top of my head. 𝓕𝓸𝓻𝓰𝓸𝓽𝓮𝓷.
Yeah, that's why, because it's a weird name. Yeah, so the village up to the northeast, Vez had recruited 5 families, but the men came and are working ahead of schedule, and some kobolds, and basically built a tower. So right now, fully built at this time, because it's like the 24th of whatever. Cthulhu. Yeah, it's still Cthulhu. So the tower for defense is just finished. It's completed. And there's another tower partially constructed, and 2 houses that are partially constructed at this point. So Vez's goal was to get that tower up first quickly, so that it would provide enticement and security for more people to come.
This is true.
Which ended up being a good thing when those bandits were scoping it out, since they saw that the tower was there. Yes,
we've had some banditry issues, but everything's worked out pretty fine, you know?
Yeah, so far.
You know, I haven't, completely taken over your place yet. But Cressel might.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
I don't want to give away too much story, but there's been a lot of fun things. Hopefully some of it develops tonight. It's not too late to join if you guys want to play. Tonight we are playing at 8 p.m. Eastern. And, if you join into the Patreon right now, which I can share the link in chat in a minute. I am currently building this map. You guys can play, and it's a lot of fun. I think it's a blast. I mean, how many players? I don't even know how many players we have now. We're getting up there. And
yeah, there's quite a bit.
And we play random hours at all times. So, there's the Patreon link. If you guys are interested in playing, hop on in. If you're already in there, then say hi.
And if you're just interested in like a small contribution, then you can be a settler and just come to Pub Nation, because it's the best one to come to, and say that Vez sent you.
Look at him recruiting over here. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted when we made it. That particular tier was, we wanted people to bring in their friends, and because it helps to have a settler working and doing things inside of their settlement. I was going to grab my dad's credit card and sign him up. Oh, you should. I don't know. That might be a step too far for Jacob.
Don't take other people's credit cards and
don't do that.
That'd be bad.
Yeah, casual. Yeah, there's quite a few technically. Not all of them are active players though. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee because I'm a dad. All right, we can change the river too a little bit. I just kind of wanted to get a gist of
Well,
playing
yeah,
around with something. So,
we can refine it as makes sense as we
um,
go.
well, plus, I mean, you have we we have an earth kineticist, don't we? They can come and like edit the water edge for you too. So like
Oh yeah, that's
that's
true.
something we can consider. But let's start with the bridge, and let's start with what you're picturing. So, um, diagonal maps are a little funny, so we'll have to,
Yeah.
but we'll make it work, hopefully. Let's start with some wood bridges.
Well, and the bridge could go mostly straight across, even diagonal. That wouldn't make sense. You'd always build it at a shorter distance, you know, in reality. But
In reality, but this is a magical world
yes, exactly.
full of magics. All right,
And
so I
eventually,
think
this bridge might be several bridges interconnected.
it- yeah, from what I understand. All right, let me grab a wooden. Whoop, there we go. Scrolling down because there's a ton of assets, but I know what I'm looking for.
Unlike somebody else named Dan.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I thought he tried. He did.
He did a good job.
I loved it. We just love Raz and Dan. How wide did you want your beautiful
Well,
bridge?
initially, it's not as wide, right? So,
Yep.
so for background, the bridge when we found it, well, actually, Vez wasn't even part of the group that found it. Another group found it, but
Correct.
it was basically just a foot traffic bridge
Yes.
that wasn't in the greatest condition, and the earth kineticist ended up reinforcing it a little bit.
Yep.
So what Vez has done is, with the first tower, has widened the bridge
Yep.
and reinforced it more. And it's in the process of being further widened with the second tower so that carts will be able to fully go across it.
These are all true statements.
So eventually, and of course this is, I'd have to hear back from you on this, Jacob, on where it is right now, but eventually 2 carts wide for vehicles to go across.
Okay. So I don't think we're quite there. I definitely think one cart.
Mm-hmm.
So Jacob was picturing in his mind like 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
But is that okay?
Yeah, no, that I think that makes sense, right?
All
Because
right.
that gives a little bit of leeway and handrails and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Oop. And so we'll grab this piece and rotate it because, whoa, easy killer. This big map is challenging.
Yeah. Whenever you do that size, it does make things a little weird.
That's all right. We'll make it work. And, well, I'm also mixing up controls from other
2 different programs.
stuff. Yep. When I'm using it in Foundry, the controls are slightly different. So I actually want to make this a little bigger, I think. But I kind of like it there. But you know what? This is going to be a pain when we play because that's okay. We'll deal with it. We can just
Lining up people.
I don't care. We'll make it work. I mean, we're not realistically, how often are we going to have combat here? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. It's more of just seeing how things are.
Yes, exactly. So eventually, like, I'm not going to do all the shadowing now. So just so you guys know, Mr. Mustache and I, and then whoever else wants to make maps, we can do this kind of a thing. But this is getting the basis. This is getting the idea. Obviously, his settlement, he's going to continue growing it. So we're going to revisit this map. And I enjoy making the maps. So why not make it a live stream and invite you guys to watch? Do thank you guys all for being here. And also for all the support and love. So eventually we'll do like shadows and banks. And I mean, you guys have seen some of my streams. I could literally just detail just this bridge and spend hours on it. So let's put where the tower is. I will give more details of the bridge. I'm just gisting stuff right now.
Yeah, no, I think the initial tower we were building on the northeast side, I recall.
I that's what I kind of thought too, but
Yeah.
here we are. Here's an opportunity for you to change all of our notes. No.
It's completely different now.
It's just different.
And of course, right now it's a wooden one because this is a tier 1 tower. So
Yes.
since we're using organic
towns, yeah,
Yeah.
which I have the holy smokes, my brain. What's that
PDF?
thing that the GM sits behind?
Oh, GM screen.
Yeah, I actually have an organic towns one right here.
Oh, cool.
I like the simple art, the simple look to this. But I'll share it because I can.
I didn't realize they had a GM screen for Organic Towns.
Well, being a backer, sometimes what's what happens. Shane over there is awesome. I enjoy it, but it's kind of cool because I have the gossip generator on here. They have the
nice
city roll tables and a couple of other some of the math formulas. Man, I am struggling my brain. And they also have that cool chart that you modified and sent with the the breakdown,
different building breakdowns.
Yeah. I like how you put your information on there. I may go through with a pen. I won't do it. I'll have my wife do it because her handwriting's nicer, and add in some of that information.
Right.
I like my wife. She's pretty cool. All right. So, how big were you pitching this tower? Like a 10 by 10 tower?
I think the top of it would be 10 by 10, but that means the bottom would probably be like 15 by 15, right?
That's true. I mean,
I mean, the way that I imagine one of these, wooden towers is basically, a square, and it tapers as it goes up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty loosey-goosey with this. It's really what you want, because it's Organic Towns is meant to be a little bit more generic, right? So it's how do you picture this simple tower?
Yeah.
So let's start with the base. Now we can get super fancy. I don't know if I'll do it, but we could do an overlay tile of the up top part, and you can actually assign a height to it so that when people go in, if they go up the ladder, they can actually go on top of the tile.
Well, and then the other thought is the tower part of the bridge, and therefore it's opened up so that carts pass under the tower when they're going through?
Ooh, I really like that idea. So we can absolutely do that. So what I'm going to do is instead of building on this level, I'm actually going to add another level. Map settings. So if you're watching this, you might learn a lot. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm going to add a second level, and so it's going to switch to that, and then we're going to turn on the comparing. Of course, it's not going to work, is it? Nope. Sometimes it does this because of the bigger map.
It's like there's too much processing that I have to do for this.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. All right, no, you just switched levels.
Yeah, I just switched because I might have to reload. Sometimes that happens. But it doesn't matter if I compare that one. What to do? I hate it when it does this. It happens though. Save, open. Don't look at all my stuff. Just kidding. I don't care. So it's going to save and reopen real quick. But what I'm doing right now for our viewers who are watching is I'm going to build a second map where it's on top of this one, so that when we import this and put it in Foundry, it did not even save the bridge. Ooh, we busted it. We broke it, Mustache. Look at us go. That's all right. We didn't even do a whole lot. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, so it crashed instead of saving it.
Correct.
Or it just didn't save the bridge.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's an easy fix.
But so I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 20 wide base, I guess, to fit the 15 for one, and then eventually the tower would probably widen so that there'd be the 2 lanes.
Yeah, for sure.
Essentially going across.
So that was. This is actually a chance for me to make it a little wider because I wanted to anyway. We're going to turn. You know what? Can I leave Snap the Grid on and see if that looks a little bit better? Stop it. There we go. All right. All right. So there's a bridge. Hey, it's back. It's not centered, Jake. Come on.
How dare you not perfectly center it? How dare?
So is the tower over the water or is it over the land?
I think it's back a little bit because
like you come up the bridge ramp essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. Okay. I feel you. I'm gonna base out then a little bit.
Basically, the tower, especially because that's how we thematically said that the bridge was getting strengthened and wider, was because of the towers.
Correct. We did say that.
So I think it makes sense that the tower goes back, is mainly all on land, and it starts to ramp up through the tower as you go under it.
I like it. So let's see if I can duplicate what you just said on the screen.
Yeah, make it just do exactly what's in my mind, Jacob. I'm sending it to you.
I am
Are you
trying.
receiving?
I am receiving to the best of my Polak mind. All right. I thought I had straight wood in here, but apparently I don't. I only have this hex wood, which is fine. Some stuff I will edit this outside of the stream instead of spending time searching, but I want to get the like I said multiple times.
Yeah, basically we're just working on the layout today.
Yep. So I'm gonna put a base piece here, and I want to turn this, and it won't let me.
Did you need to put it on a different layer, or were you gonna not worry about that today?
I'm gonna put the base on this layer.
Gotcha.
So that kind of like that.
Yeah.
But maybe a little wider, actually. That's not going to set straight now.
It's not going to cooperate.
What a booger. What a booger. I'll force it to. Because I'm trying to remember the measurements of the carts.
So there's 5 feet and 10 feet carts.
That's what I thought. So if we do like a 7-foot width here, where the towers start to go up, and that'll also give. Is this kind of what you're picturing? Are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're doing.
Do you want it farther back?
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Like back here?
No, I think being fully on the land is fine for the base of the feet.
Okay, cool.
So like I said, the ramp's got to go up, right? So
yes, which will build the ramp. I might use a different tile for the ramp just to have a significant difference. Now
sure.
You had an image of your settlement.
Yeah, it's actually right behind me on the.
Oh yeah. A
little bit.
That's so cool.
Let me make the camera stop auto following me with my incident.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love what you're adding to this.
Well, and definitely part of the reason the dock is there is because of another one of our players, Lulu. His character has a desire for rivers.
Yes, he does.
So there will be a dock built, and maybe sooner, because he is actually at Bridgetown right now, working on building SP and manual labor towards it. So we'll see how fast that gets built.
All
there's
the
other
words
people
that
interested
you just
in
said.
having a dock to be able to build a boat. I think Orpheus was wanting to have an island explored further south.
There is, yeah, on top of I believe it eventually connects. I'd have to look at the map one more time, but I think, if I remember correctly, there's actually a riverway. If you open it up and the work's put in, that you could go all the way from this area all the way to Absalom. Like it's a freaking hike. Wow. But I believe there is a riverway that could potentially make it all the way to the sea and then to Absalom, which would be really cool to eventually have opened up. Because
well, I don't know where Epsilon is, so.
Absalom, it's the middle of the inner sea region. I always forget that you are relatively new to Pathfinder lore.
Yes.
Did I use a potty mouth casual gamer? I don't think I did. If I did, sorry.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot connected there.
There's a lot of riverways, and I know there's a main one that runs actually near the new game system that just came out. It's the Howl of the Wild. The Howl of the Wild just came out, and it is the Wardens of Wildwood. My book's over there. I believe this river connects to that at some point. I think it's pretty far down. I'm not going to pull up the map and look now, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah. I mean, the map that I'm looking at, I don't think so. Like it looks like you would have to dig out a channel to connect to the west, from what I'm seeing. But anyways.
Yeah, we can figure that out later.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a river to the west, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's like the two that meet in a marsh, kind of. There's like a hex there.
Well, that's where, yeah.
And you might be able to, like, dig that out. 12 miles of digging, I'm sure that's easy.
With a world of magic?
With magic, yeah, for sure.
Actually,
just polymorph yourself into a digging creature and just... I'm sure that won't have any ecological ramifications either.
So technically, that river does not end there.
Oh, okay. It's just that on this graphic, it looks like it does.
And that's because that's the graphic that you guys are given. But what's really cool
is there's other stuff that's actually there.
Yeah. So if you pull up the interactive map of Galarian and you go up towards Restov, which is going to be in the top right of that map, that you can follow some of the rivers. And there is a river that connects. It goes right past, for all the people who know anything about Pathfinder lore. Daniel, calm down. I'm just kidding. It jogs down and then it hits another main river, which actually is a road, and it goes it goes by the 𝓕𝓚𝓻 forest, where the 𝓕𝓚𝓻 elves are from, and which is really cool because you can actually take that and it dumps you into a bigger lake, or you can actually go down right near 𝓕𝓙𝓚, and then you can take 𝓕𝓙𝓚 is a giant dwarven citadel. It was one of the few citadels of the Sky King's Tubes. If you ever play that one, it's really fantastic. Then you can actually go through the 𝓕𝓚𝓻 forest, and then dump yourself right into the sea, and then boom, you're at Absalom. I mean, if I zoom out, it's an insane amount of miles. Like,
right.
Yeah. We're talking a many-month trip, but casual. One of our players, oh no, brain fart, don't do this. Orpheus's player's name, who I just blanked, but the character Orpheus is actually from an island much farther south of Absalom. And so that's how I kind of knew there was a riverway. So he took a riverway that went up, and it went up to the right. He stopped in Isarn and actually took the road up to Restov, not the waterway. But it is possible because there's also a set of roads that go up towards Restov around the outside to the east of Restov, down past, and then it goes over, hits Isarn, or Isarn. But, sorry. All right.
You better be able to pronounce the names right.
Geography lesson done. Back to, I really do love the lore of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, or Galarian, I should say. Like, that, it's deep. There's so many connections, and each book that I read and every adventure path I read, that just starts fleshing out the areas a little bit more. And I just love how it all starts coming together. It's fantastic. If you ever get a chance to sit and dive into, I believe Dan and we talked a couple times about doing a lore set of videos. But back to our map. Where is the house going?
So yeah, that's the interesting. I keep trying to like right click on the stream of the map to like move it around.
Yeah.
It doesn't work when it's not up on your computer. Yeah. So because part of the idea of the Bridgetown was that there's buildings on the bridge. I think in this case, initially they would be on the side following the river, so it'd be better protected for those initial houses until the bridge is reinforced with the second tower.
South side or north side?
The north side, where the first tower is.
Now, we say house. This is really, it's housing.
Yes.
So how do you want this? Because it's housing for what, 10 people? If I remember correctly?
In theory, it houses. So it's like one to three families is like. So it's more like a block?
Condo or block. So picturing kind of a multiple building thing, or sometimes like with the smaller settlements, I allow it to be like 3 or 4 homes or 5 homes. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you picture 3 to 5 people, that doesn't even math out correctly, but you know what I'm saying. So you would like a couple of homes along the riverbank.
Yeah. So I think initially, because we're also got the apothecary that's going to be started soon once the month rolls over.
Bum, bum, bum.
So I'm thinking with how the river's bending, I think, yeah, right there where you're kind of looking at right now.
Yeah, I was looking like a house right in here.
So like a house block there, and then another one just to the right are probably the first two that have started.
Yeah. So kind of like that. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bigger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're thinking about a house that's, it's a representation on this map. Right? We're not gonna actually place probably every single building necessarily.
No, so what I'm probably gonna do for homes is literally just slap a roof on them, and that way, one, I don't have to go through in detail every single home, and two, now if for the apothecary, I might actually add details to it,
sure,
just because it's a building where people are going to be able to go into.
Well, and I think Bones and 𝓕𝓸𝓻 are probably going to use that to do their alchemy at.
Correct. So, and then another one over here, you think?
I think God, I keep right clicking. I keep trying to move the map. So I'm thinking the houses will continue to the right, and I'm thinking the apothecary is going to be to the left.
So, do they have to have flood insurance here?
Well, that's
kidding.
probably what 𝓕𝓸𝓻 that would probably be selling flood insurance.
That's true. You're gonna
backed by the Fae.
Backed by the Fae. This doesn't sound like a problem at all, right, guys?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Oh no. So I'm gonna pull them off the bank just a little bit. Just
what we gotta. So this bank is actually 20 feet up from the wall.
It's a cliffside. Yeah, and that's what I have. I'm going to go through and actually put cliffs in there to make it look like it has that depth. I'd like to put shadows under the bridge and that kind of stuff. So that is true. So for our viewers who don't know, this is a 20-foot cliff on each side. So it's way down there. So what I'm going to end up probably doing is actually getting rid of a little bit of the water and adding like off the cliff, and then there's going to be like a rocky shore where water's kind of running past and crashing. I mean, that's if I want to put all those details into it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I would love to. But... So these are some of the homes, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slap a roof on them now because they don't really matter.
Right. I mean, again, it's more of an abstraction.
Yep. The famous last words. Do you have a particular color you want your roof ceilings to be?
I always love when people ask me about colors.
Oh. So our friend Great Mustache here may or may not be colorblind. Purple it is.
Yeah, well, I'll say, why don't you grab the one that is a reddish, brownish, aqua.
All of them.
I mean, well, it depends on how, if we're trying to be, I don't know if realistic is the right word, but like what's in the area. Because what would the roof tiles be made out of?
Wood.
Would they be made out of clay? Would they be made out of wood?
Probably more wood. I don't think we have much for clay right now.
It'd probably be more like tier 2 where you start to get into clay.
Yeah. I was kind of picturing like 3 little pigs. We're starting out with our straw. So I want them thatch. We're gonna do thatch roofing.
Thatch roofing. Actually,
there it is. Thatch roofing.
There you go.
Done. Thatch roofing. I'm not making a deal with thatch roofing. All right. But these are not technically built yet. I know we're
right. Yeah,
they are being worked on.
Yeah.
Which I could just no. I'm not gonna do all that. Why would I want to make more work for myself? So what I like to do just for funsies is we'll start putting like an idea of a pathway.
Sure.
So, from this house, obviously it's going to connect to the bridge. Now I'm picturing in my mind as your little awesome Bridgetown town starts growing, this pathway is going to probably evolve into like markets and merchants on the sides.
Yeah.
And like because
everybody's got to come to this one spot to cross.
Correct.
So yeah,
right.
I mean, that's the whole idea of having the tavern on the. So the original vision, the reason that the player, ended up doing this for Vez is because Vez, when came across the bridge, was like, how cool would it be if the tavern was on the bridge, so that as you pass through the bridge, you could just stop your cart on the bridge, grab some drinks, grab some food, and then be on your way. So like my initial vision, I think in my head, was like not quite an open air, but like there'd still be like a roof, and maybe the whole bridge is roofed, so that when it rains, it doesn't the travel path across the bridge doesn't get wet, and it's open in that there isn't a wall facing the bridge, and so you could pull up and there's actually all the tavern seats and stuff all right there. Right.
And you want to build an awesome dock that goes down. So like, there's
so there'll
gotta
be a dock
stairs
down there in the
and
water.
then there was talk about like some lifting equipment to lift off, cargo off of boats and stuff, because we have multiple people who want to do river control. Don't tell.
So yeah, there'd be like little cargo elevators, possibly people elevators eventually, pulley systems. And then,
because we got to pull all the mermaids out of the water.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you can play as a mermaid
like
now.
Carved
in the new
into
book.
the cliffside would be some steps.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the idea is that there'll be probably a tavern and an inn actually built on the bridge.
Cool.
Maybe a few houses too. But that way people traveling can stop, do some trade, refill, stuff like that, and then you get to like look out over the water and stuff.
I think it's awesome.
So it's basically making it a bit of an attraction, if you will.
Now you know the rules of the Stolen Lands. You cannot block traffic, though. The rivers must be free and flowing and open. Or you may have people who come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Of course, maybe some people will try and change the laws of the...
I think that's what's going to happen.
But yeah, presently there's definitely been a lot of talk. 𝓕𝓙𝓻's definitely been all about the river freedoms.
So anybody who knows who 𝓕𝓙𝓻 is, that is 𝓕𝓙𝓰. He played in our 5-year campaign that we ran on the channel for Open Legend RPG. It's called Bomb Squad. If you have not had a chance to check it out, it is great fun. Even just the first season's a blast. Actually, Great Mustache, you appear quite a few times throughout the entire series.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
Well, I think there's 4 episodes each. I think I'm in 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Altogether.
That
one says
about right.
Felicity, and Riker Thorn, of course. And then I did a audio only thing with Zach and Austin and Mary, and who else was it?
For all of our viewers, these are all people that are locally here, part of the studio here at Avenue Studios that he's mentioning. So it's pretty cool, the connections that we get to form here and the stories we get to tell. So one of our friends who we were playing with, what was that, yesterday? That was yesterday. Just claimed some land. I'm pretty excited to see this.
He's actually in the chat.
I know. I'm pretty excited to see how his fleshes out. So is that all we have right now for Bridgetown, besides adding details and
technically all that's built. Yeah, I mean, you need the higher levels of the tower.
Yeah. Correct. Well, that's not working, and I'm not fighting with it.
Right. Yeah, right now, technically, that's all. I guess the other tower's partially under construction, too. So I don't know if you want to put the base down on that side, too.
I can do that, sure.
But yeah, initially, the way that I'm figuring it is most of the buildings are going to be on the northeast side, because technically that's closer to, I mean, it's only a river separating it, but that's the side where quote unquote civilization is right now.
You are the civilization.
Yeah. So I think initially most stuff's going to be built there, but then as it expands and as, the other tower gets built, stuff's going to start to be on the other side as well.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting. So in one of the campaigns I'm running on Friday, it's it's Season of Ghosts for Pathfinder Second Edition, and I'm not going to give away too much, so don't worry about spoilers. But the town is split by a river, similar to this. They used it for logging, and it's kind of cool because there's become a like industrial side and then a farming side, and like they don't always get along. So it's kind of fun to see how like these things can develop, and then using the organic towns, those things could still develop because what's cool about the organic towns is you roll on a like rumor table and problem table and stuff like that, and they can generate really fun RP moments, challenges, quests, and stuff like that. So I'm really, really excited to get to that point, and I don't want to rush it though. I like the beginning of you guys all coming together. You have one centralized location, but eventually there's going to be quests that are like, we're running quests from Bridgetown, we're running quests from 𝓕𝓸𝓻𝓰𝓸𝓽𝓮𝓷 we're running quests from the Hobbs and Gobs or whatever, and I'm very excited about that. And what's kind of cool too is, as long as you guys stay allies with your different settlements and stuff like that, you can send missives to one another, and hopefully that means that we have either you're getting along or you're fighting.
Yeah, there's actually a video, as soon as Dan uploads it, that goes over some of those random rolls and tables. The latest video on morale, morale, defense, and crime.
Yeah.
And how they work in organic towns. And random building rolls, too.
Which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely some interesting rumors that can be generated for story. Yeah, because as the settlements grow, you might have to send some of your mercenaries and stuff and heroes to go deal with something in the town itself.
This is very true. And then there's going to be other settlements to deal with.
Might have to go infiltrate. Need somebody with a good information network. Wink, wink.
So we do have that player. Wink, wink. All right, so I'm going to call this good for now. I have some details that I'm going to add. Probably not right now. I have some other projects I have to go work on. One of them being the Binder of Beasties for Open Legend RPG. We're cruising right along on that, which is pretty exciting. But did you have anything else that you wanted to share or let me know about Bridgetown before we sign off?
Well, there's the massive gold deposit that's under the ground that they can develop. And there's
I gotta add
diamonds.
That in. That is a very important thing.
Yeah, and there's actually a mana collection reservoir right below that they can tap into.
Wild Surge mana collection.
Yeah. So that's all right there.
So you have a unique opportunity here. I'm looking at all these different cliff options.
Oh,
trying to decide. I think I'm gonna go with more of the slate-like, earthy.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
What I'll do, and I bet you this is going to be above there, isn't it? Yep. I'm going to switch this to below. Not below the water, though. Would be... I might have to. I'm going to have to edit that. Okay. I'm going to have to actually raise this layer up. Fun thing about layers. We'll grab more than one piece here. We'll raise it all to level 2 so that I can put something under level 1.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just going to put this cliff piece down for reference. Nope, I got to change it again. So, and what I might end up doing is putting... Well, I'll play around with this cliff edge.
Yeah, because it looks like you'd probably want it a little thicker.
Yep. And maybe not so stony. Maybe there's a grassy one. Or maybe I'll put a grass line on it. I don't know. I'll play around with it. There's a lot of options in here.
Just make it a chain cliff.
Chains. Yeah, chain cliff. Easy climbing, gentlemen. I thought I had grassy cliffs. Maybe I don't have the asset on. There's some of them are.
Yeah,
there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I knew it'd show up. Of course, I'm going the wrong way with it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks backwards.
But, no. Wait.
Now it's backwards again.
I went the same way. There we go. But, yeah, we'll play around with this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not gonna sit here on stream and do this long.
Why not? People want to watch you trace and.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I want to blend it better, but whatever. We'll take care of that later on. So yeah, guys.
Yeah, they want to figure out some dock assets, but yeah.
I have some ideas for that.
But yeah, it'd be nice to get, which I think Lulu is gonna want to get the dock up pretty fast, which will allow the building of boats. Which
we gotta do a dry dock to build boats, right? Well, you can do the small base. Yeah.
Yeah. So the keel boat, there's three that are easy to make, which is like the canoe,
the rowboat.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good rowboat.
So I think it's the keel bottom, or the keel boat is the flat bottom that actually has some attack capabilities.
Oh, that early on.
Yep, but it's only like, it doesn't have any defense, and it's like 3, but it can carry cargo and people basically.
Here's your dock planks. That's huge.
Oh, yeah,
Why is that so big?
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I'm not putting them in right now, but you guys, our viewers here, can kind of start getting the gist of the idea of, there's gonna be a cliffside, docks. There's gonna be like a nice stairway that goes down, and then ramps, or not ramp. Are you putting in a ramp, or is it just lifts?
It would probably make more sense for it to be ramps than steps, because you're gonna want to roll cargo up and down, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, yeah. I mean, a pulley system and stuff like that.
You might need a pulley system to get cargo up and down the ramp, because man, how much fun would that be? Crit fail on the cart going down, just crashes into the water.
Yep.
Causing drama.
All right. Well, another thing that a dock does is it lets you do. I mean, you can technically fish without a dock.
I know.
But for the larger food gathering operations of fishing, you kind of need you got to have the dock to be able to do the fishing. Without the organic town rules.
Yes, you are correct. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything that I told you that we were going to put on there, but it looks like we pretty much hit all of the main notes now. So what we'll do, Mr. Mustache, and for our viewers who watch this, is I think you and I and Dan will connect again when there's a significant reason to upgrade this map, and then we'll showcase anything that we've add some more and stuff like that. And that way, so our viewers too can get an idea of, like, this could be built, something like this, for your players if you would like to join us, or for already existing players. I'm hoping this will be inspiring for somebody like 𝓕𝓸𝓻𝓰, or whoever else would like to watch this video.
We'll see how fast anybody else goes. Of course, I'm fine with everybody else taking longer, because that's more people that'll come to Bridgetown. So
that's true. First main settlement in. Man, I kind of want to do more earthly color. Ooh, mossy rocks.
Now you're getting distracted.
I know. I mean, this is why I like map making, because I could just do this for all day. This has like an odd therapeutic thing where you just kind of go around. But like we were saying, if you guys really want to join this, it's a lot of fun. We really enjoy doing it. I enjoy running these games with you guys. I met some good people. You actually personally now meet with one of the other players, which I think is awesome that we're building this community.
Yep. Yeah, we got a game another in-person game in 2 weeks.
That's so cool.
2.5 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I gotta do some. Looks like you made the cliff go wonky there.
Yeah, it's because my mouse is no longer on that screen.
Yeah, we're doing an open legend game in future space and stuff. So
cool.
I gotta get some more prep work done.
Is it magical sci-fi, cybernetic sci-fi?
It's a little bit of a mix. Like there is what we were loosely calling mysticism. It's not really mysticism, but yeah. So there is a little bit of both. There's hyper lanes. And there is apparently the ability to do actual warp travel too, but it's a little more dangerousy. But the players, you know, they got to start with a ship
Yeah.
and stuff, and they've quickly decided, because, you know, I was like, yeah, so you can, you know, get upgrades, but of course there's money, or you can lease parts from ship manufacturers and stuff. And they're like, I was like, yeah, I mean, if you come across a ship, you could always take parts from them and stuff. And so they've quickly decided that they want to be pirates, so they can just steal the parts they want instead
I
of having
mean,
to pay
why
for it.
not play like a Flyleaf game or Firefly, not Flyleaf.
Yeah. So
Have
we'll see how
have you
that
seen that
continues to
series?
develop.
Nice, that's fun. And are you using any VTT, or is this all on the table?
It's all on the table right now. I've actually gotten a few little mini things to use. So we'll see. We're
Awesome.
using some of the advanced vehicle rules that I've written up.
Which are fun.
So I'll get to play test with those a little bit more. So that might end up coming out in a future release.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mustache, for being
Indeed.
a supporter of Avenue Studios. I'm so grateful that you're here. You know, if you guys like this, subscribe, give it a like. If you really want to play and you really want to do it with us, like I've mentioned multiple times, check out our Patreon, or just hit me up on Discord, 𝑽𝒊𝒏𝒅𔒗𝓕𝓸𝓻𝓰𝓸𝓽𝓮𷷷 and we can chat if you want more details. We also have some other videos up talking about it. Thank you guys all for being here. I'm not sure what my phrasing is, but I'm sure I phrased something wrong. You guys are awesome. And until next time, good night. You know what the problem is we're